Today we will learn the summary or an overview of the chapter 4. So this chapter 1 started with Arjuna's dilemma. Arjuna was affected by seeing all the people who had gathered in Kurukshetra to fight. So Dhritarashtra asked a question. All these people, sons of Pandu and his own sons, Kauravas, they have gathered in a dharma kshetra. Is there any impact of dharma kshetra on these people? So Sanjaya answered that there is no impact on Kauravas because they still want to fight. But there is impact on Arjun after seeing who all have come to fight. In fact, he said, this is adharma. How can we do this? So better we don't fight. It is even better to go and beg, but not to fight. But he also accepted that he is confused and he surrendered to Krishna and requested Krishna to guide him clearly. What is dharma? Dharma sammudha cheta. He requested Krishna, please tell me what is my dharma. Then Krishna spoke to Arjuna. First he spoke about how we are not this body, but we are Atma. And there is no death for soul, Atma. And then Krishna said, Arjun should work in karma yoga. Karmanne vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. We don't work for results, but we work without attachment to result. So Krishna spoke about this concept of karma yoga very little. And in that way, we will be peaceful. Shantim adhigacchati. Because Arjuna was very disturbed. He lost his peace, shanti, internally. And so Krishna said, when you work in this consciousness of karma yoga, you'll be peaceful. And in this way, you will also attain the highest position of moksha. Because Arjuna in the first chapter said he does not want to get entangled because of this war. The war appears to Arjuna as if it is a bad work. A result of that bad work can create entanglement for Arjuna. Papam eva shayet. So Krishna clarified. First of all, Arjuna, there is nothing called killing anyone because we are all Atmas. Second thing is, you wanted to know what is the right way of action. Dharma is right way of behaving, right way of acting. The right way of acting is karma yoga. What is that? You act, but don't be attached to result. At the same time, don't go away from your action also. You have to continue to act. So Arjuna wanted to know the symptoms of a person who is practicing karma yoga. So Krishna spoke about person, how he behaves and he controls his senses, his mind and all that. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, all those things. And Krishna concluded saying, you will attain everlasting peace by acting in karma yoga and attain the highest perfection called liberation. But Arjuna was still confused. In the third chapter beginning, he said, Krishna, you want me to be peaceful, but at the same time, you want me to fight. So how is it possible? So please clarify my doubt. Because Arjuna was confused that karma yoga means don't be attached to result. So Arjuna's confusion was because I don't want result, so I should not do action only. So that was the confusion of Arjuna. So Krishna clarified to Arjuna saying that you can act at the same time, the result is not for you. And that is as good as not acting. It is karma, but it will be like akarma. So Krishna introduced the concept of yagna, sacrifice, in the third chapter. Yagna means you have received so much benefit from others, from society and everything. Now you have to contribute back. You have to come out of impulsive desire to enjoy. Impulsive desire to enjoy for yourself. And you have to contribute back. That is called yagna. Contribute back to the whole. And what is that whole? That depth is not discussed. That you have to work for the satisfaction of the whole. That is yagna. And in that consciousness of yagna, Arjuna is supposed to fight. Yajnarthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. If you act for yourself, for your personal enjoyment, then it creates entanglement because it is sinful. Agham papam. Then Krishna explained how in order to set example, even though we are not interested in the result, but still one has to perform his duty. He gave the example of Janak Maharaj and all that. Then Arjuna has a new doubt. He said, okay, now I understand. I should do my duty without getting attached to result. But there is something that is stopping me. Athakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha. Something blocking me, something stopping me from doing this. So what is that? Even though I don't want, but there is some force inside me that makes me do wrong activity. What is that wrong? Doing everything for our own enjoyment. So Krishna defined it as kama. Kama yesha. This is the lust, Arjuna. Krishna introduced a concept called kama. Kama stops you from doing yagna, from doing duty. It encourages you to act for your own enjoyment without being bothered about your contribution back. Yagna means what? You are contributing back without being affected by the impulsive sense gratification. So now Krishna said it is kama, lust, that disturbs or that blocks, that affects you from doing this. So now Krishna in the 4th chapter is speaking about how to deal with this kama. Arjuna did not ask any question in the 4th chapter as of now. His question was in the previous chapter. What is that? Athakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha. By what one is impelled to do sinful activities. Even though I am unwilling, but it is forcing me to do. Krishna said that is kama. So now Krishna is speaking more about it. What did he say? He said, I spoke this yoga. This yoga, when Krishna said, imam vivasvate yogam, is referring to so far what they have discussed. That yoga, what Krishna is described, so far is referring to that. He said, this yoga system, I have already taught. Krishna is saying, I have spoken this to Vivaswan, sun god. And sun god spoke the same knowledge to his son called Manu. Vaivaswata Manu. And that Vaivaswata Manu gave the same knowledge back. He transmitted that knowledge to his son called Ikshvaku. Like this it has come, Krishna told. So, how to act and how to come out of the influence of lust. Krishna said, I have already given this knowledge. I have already given this to Vivaswan. So here we need to understand what is the difference between 3rd chapter and 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So 3rd chapter is an answer to Arjuna's question in the 2nd chapter. 2nd chapter, what was Arjuna's question? Question was that dharma sammoda cheta. I don't know what is the right way of acting right now in my life. So please tell me. So Krishna spoke, what is the right way of acting? Is the karma yoga. You have to act not for your own personal enjoyment, but you have to do your duty without getting attached to result. So, dharma has 2 aspects. First aspect is your response, your individual response. What should be my individual response? That I should do my duty without getting attached to result. No, without the idea that I want to enjoy the result of my action. No. I should do my duty, I should do my action, not necessarily because of the result, but ultimate goal will be there. That is, karma yoga in the 3rd chapter is a individual response. How should one individually respond? But in the 4th chapter, Krishna speaks about dharma. Krishna now says in the 4th chapter, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. What is that dharma that he is talking about? It is a dharma sthapana, means two things. One is dharma sthapana in our heart, dharma sthapana in the society. Now I will become Krishna conscious, but people around me are not Krishna conscious. Then it is very difficult to follow dharma. So Krishna is saying, not only we act like that, the people around us also should behave like that. That is why in Purport, Srila Prabhupada said, this knowledge was given to kings. Why this knowledge was given to kings? Because they have to implement that system. How to behave, how to act, they have to teach and they have to implement, they have to make sure that that kind of a society is there. That is what Krishna said, I spoke to Kshatriya. Kshatriyas are administrators. Kshatriyas are the implementers. The Brahmanas can give you a concept, but somebody has to implement and make sure that it is taken care. And that is Kshatriya. So Krishna said, I spoke this knowledge of how to act and how to conquer kama, how to come out of lust. This knowledge I've given to kings, and so that they implement in the society. This is the dharma that Krishna is speaking about. Dharma sthapana. Dharma sthapana means for me to practice. Society also should cooperate with me. I am trying to practice and society is discouraging me, or the society is going the wrong direction, then the practicing dharma becomes very difficult. So Krishna says it is the responsibility of the God, responsibility of the kings to make sure that the society creates a inspiring atmosphere for somebody to follow that. So 3rd chapter is about individually how should one think, individually how one should act. That is karma yoga. How should I think? How should I act? I should think that I should not be attached to result. I should do everything as yagna. Yagnarthat karmano. I should contribute back. I should do my duty. Even though it is inconvenient, still I should do my duty. That is a concept of yagna. But now I am affected by the force called lust. So I have to handle lust internally. Society also should organize itself in such a way that the lust is minimized, so that individual and the entire society, without this impediment called lust, they are able to execute their dharma. A society cannot encourage lust. You cannot find a civilization and a society where there is so much of kama and so much of lust. Already individually we are affected, which is disturbing me to behave in a karma yoga. Act. On top of that, society is 1,000 times more, lust is going on. So I will, get totally misdirected. So that is why Krishna said this most important knowledge of what is dharma and how to come out of the influence of lust, this knowledge was given to Vivaswan. Vivaswan. So government has the responsibility to make sure the lust, influence of lust is kept at its minimum. 0 or minimum. It's a government's responsibility. That is why Krishna said, I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, the king. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Proktam. I spoke this to kings because they have to implement this. And now Krishna said, Sakalena Mahata Nashtaha, due to influence of time, this whatever knowledge I've given that got diluted or distorted. So again I'm speaking. So again Krishna is speaking to whom? He's again speaking to Kshatriya Arjuna. Because they are the administrator, they are the implementers. So Krishna said, again I'm speaking to you. Sa evayam evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Krishna is addressing them as Raja Rishi. Rishi in Sanskrit means the one who sees. So you may say, all of us are seeing. Whoever got vision means we have got the capacity to see. We are seeing. Are we Rishi? No, we are not called Rishi. Seeing means seeing from the knowledge, not simply seeing. So the Raja, the king who sees the government, that means one who rules as per this knowledge given by Krishna, they are called Raja Rishi. They are not just Rajas. They are not just simply head of the state or kings. They were also Rishi. They had the full proper vision. Vision means, we had to keep the lust minimum. So once I visited one of the states in our country. That state is famous for liquor, which is easily available, right? So the casinos, so many casinos, everywhere you are seeing there are casinos. Casinos are famous for what? Gambling. And liquor, no tax. That means it is cheaply available. So people go there. They always plan, we'll go there and we will unlimitedly drink some alcohol. So alcohol, gambling, the government has encouraged it. Are they Raja Rishis? And the government is saying, in this way we collect the tax and we do our administration. So this is not as per Bhagavad Gita. So all this meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex and gambling, they are the manifestation of karma. The moment they enter into our life, you will not be able to follow dharma. You'll become adharmi, deviated from the path. Yes, so an individual should work hard to follow dharma, and the society should also organize itself so that there is an inspiring atmosphere for everybody to follow dharma. Isn't it? Not that I'm thinking that I should follow dharma, I should come out of the karma, but the society around me full of lust and gambling and intoxication and all, it's totally unacceptable. So Krishna said, evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Such kings, responsible kings, knowledgeable kings, they received this knowledge in the chain of disciplic succession. The knowledge that Krishna had given, but that knowledge was lost, distorted or diluted. Sakalena mahata nashtaha. That is the influence of time. It keeps happening. Yogo nashta parantapa. Arjuna is another name, is Parantapa, the one who defeats enemies. Yoga nashtaha. So that's how that yoga which Krishna had taught is almost lost. So Krishna now is saying, because you are very dear to me, bhaktosi sakha me cheti, you are my devotee, you are my friend. So now this rahasya, this secret, I will talk to you once again. So it is always given to high class people like this, very responsible, powerful, those who have that power in their hand. So Krishna told, these are the first 3 shlokas where Krishna said, this knowledge of yoga, how to come out of karma, I've already given this knowledge to Surya Dev, and Surya Dev gave to his son called Vaivasvata Manu, and the Manu gave to his child Ikshvaku, and the Ikshvaku gave this to so many kings. Now again I will give back to you. So this is what Krishna told. Now Arjuna has got a new doubt after hearing this. His doubt is, Arjuna is saying, Arjuna Uvacha, where he says, Aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha. You are younger to Surya Dev. You're recently born, right? You're a child of Devaki and Vasudeva. Few years back you appeared, but you said you have spoken this knowledge to Surya Dev, Surya Bhagavan. Aparam bhavato janma. Aparam means you're inferior to Surya Dev in terms of age. Then how did you? Katham etat vijnaniyam. How do I understand this? Tvam ado proktavaniti, you are the one who spoke in the beginning. How do I understand this? So this is an interesting question. Krishna is a very focused teacher. Is a very focused teacher. When he is teaching, his focus is on the subject matter. It is not on himself. He's not talking, how great I am, how big I am, how knowledgeable I am. He's not speaking or he is not bragging about himself. Till now, Krishna has not spoken anything about himself. He's only speaking. What is that? Arjuna wants to know what is the dharma. Dharma sammuda chetaha. I want to know how to act. What is the right dharma to be act? So Krishna is only teaching that. Because Arjuna is asking this question, now Krishna will speak about himself. Why is he going to speak about himself? Who is he and all that? Because Arjuna is asking that question. Arjuna is asking question, you are recently born, but how did you speak to Vivaswan? How do I understand this? So unless a student is asking that question, the teacher is not speaking about it. Teacher is focused on what student wanted to learn. The student Arjuna wanted to learn what is dharma. So Krishna is only focused on that. Because now Arjuna wants to know, who are you? You are so young, but you are saying you spoke to Surya and all those things. How do I understand this? Then little bit Krishna speaks about himself. Very little bit. In the first 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Karma Yoga. It is called Karma Yoga. In the Karma Yoga, Krishna does not speak so much about himself. The next 6th chapter, from 7th to 12, it is called Bhakti Yoga, where Krishna elaborately talks about himself. Karma Yoga, the focus of Karma Yoga is what? What is the focus? Where is the focus of Karma Yoga? The focus is on the action, the process. It is not on the receiver of that action. You understand? It is like duty. It is like saying you should very promptly pay your tax. You should obediently follow traffic rules. The focus is on obediently follow traffic rules, pay your tax. So this is like Karma Yoga. And in this way, you will not be sent to jail. You will be peacefully living. This is like Karma Yoga. So there is nothing called government has to speak about who they are and all. So in the next level where Krishna speaks about Bhakti Yoga, he speaks about the bhakti, the love, the same action you do out of love. The moment you say love, the beloved becomes very important. For whom I am doing all these things? Who is that person for whom I am doing all these things? There, every details about the other person whom we love is very important. That is why Krishna elaborately talks about himself in the Bhakti Yoga. Because in Bhakti Yoga, who is the receiver? Krishna is the receiver of all the action, karma. So, for whom am I doing this much? In every home, right, father, mother, or children, they're working very hard. You ask them, why? Why are you working so hard? They'll say, I'm working very hard for my mother, father, my children, something like that they say. So they know for somebody I'm working very hard. So for whom I love so much, for them I'm working very hard. So the receiver is important. Because in the love, the other person for whom we do everything is important. But here, it's a Karma Yoga section. In the Karma Yoga section, the focus is on karma, not on the receiver. So Krishna, that is why he is not going to speak about himself at all in the first 6th chapter. It is only from the 7th chapter, so much detail about Krishna comes. Because that is needed there. But here it is not needed. But now, in the 4th chapter, little bit about Krishna comes. And that also because Arjuna is asking that. Otherwise, Krishna would have not spoken. So what is Krishna is saying when Arjuna asks like this? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavarjana. Arjuna, you and I have taken many janmas. We have taken many birth. Bahunani. Many janmas. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani. Aham Veda Sarvani, I remember all that, but you don't remember all that. This is the first thing that Krishna said. Then Krishna said, Ajopi sanna vyayatma, I'm never born. Ajaha, I have no birth for myself. Ajopi sanna vyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. I'm the Ishvara. Krishna is saying he is the Ishvara. Bhutanam. Among all the living beings that you are seeing, among them I am Ishvara. I am not the person. Ishvara in Sanskrit means controller. We are all controlled. We are all controlled. Ishvara is the one who controls. Krishna said he is the Ishvara. Like recently, you know that there is a forest fire in Los Angeles, right? California, Los Angeles. So just before that forest fire, this is the worst forest fire in the memorable history of America, they say. The America, whatever memory they have got of America, they've never seen this kind of forest fire. It has burnt entire city. So just 2 days before this event, they conducted a survey in Hollywood, said that who has the maximum control. So that was the survey they conducted. And the maximum control is the one who has got a cinema director. There's a first answer which they got. People voted. Cinema director has got maximum. Like this they had list. And they had one option called God. And the amount of percentage, the God according to that survey was 0. God has no control. And next, after 2 days, there's a forest fire. Cinema director or whatever in that list which they told, the control, nobody is able to control. Nobody is able to control. See, what a illusion Ajnana people have got. Krishna is saying, Bhutanam Ishvaro. I am the Ishvara. Whether you know, whether you don't know, I am the controller. Right? Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro apisan prakritim swamadisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya. I come on my own will. I don't come because of karma, this and that and all that. I come because of my own will and I am the Ishvara and I have no birth. Krishna is speaking. Why is he speaking? Because Arjuna asked, who are you? Otherwise Krishna would have not spoken. Then Krishna said why he comes. Yada, immediately Krishna shifted. Little bit he told, he is Aja, he is Ishvara, all that. And then he came back to again topic. In 2 shloka he came back to the topic. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Hey Bharata, son of Bharatma, descendants of Bharat Vamsha. So I come for what? Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever there is a decline in dharma. Krishna is now specifically talking about dharma in the society. Dharma in the society. When the society degrades, when the society encourages the kama and degrades from karma yoga and proper way of acting, so Krishna says it is his responsibility and the responsibility of administrator to re-establish that. Like if nobody is following the traffic rules, if the government makes an observation, here we have some traffic signal, no one follows that. Everyone is, there's no traffic rules being followed. So again it has to be re-established. They will again put some traffic police there and make sure that it is being followed and all. Yada yada hi dharmasya. This Sanskrit word is very interesting. Da in a Sanskrit refers to word connected to time. Yada means whenever. Tada means at that time. Kada means when. Kada, yada, tada, sada means always. So this da is the word that refers to the time. Yada means whenever. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani means decline or dilution. Glanir bhavati. What becomes glani? Dharma becomes glani. At that time, abhyuttanam adharmasya. Adharma is abhyutya, means it has increased. What is specifically adharma means? Adharma means acting out of lust. That has increased in the society. Everyone is acting out of lust. Abhyuttanam adharmasya. Tada means at that time. Yada means when. Tada means that time. Tada atmanam srijamyaham. At that time I myself come. Krishna says he will come at that time. Tadatmanam srijamyaham. For what he comes? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He comes, either he or through his energies, through his representatives, paritranaya sadhunam. There are people like Arjuna, they are interested, they want to know, how do I follow dharma? Such people will be protected. They will be taken care, they will be protected. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam. All those who are opposite to this, they will all be subdued. Vinashaya cha dushkritam. Dharma samsthapana. Krishna is saying dharma sthapana will do. Dharma sthapana means establishing a society where the goal is dharma, moksha. The goal is, of course, because we are discussing the first 6 chapter, the word dharma and moksha are used in a very generic sense. When it comes to bhakti yoga, dharma refers to loving God, which is our eternal nature, and moksha refers to Krishna prema. So it's a generic term because we are talking about karma yoga. Karma yoga not necessarily talks about connection to Krishna and love Krishna and all that. Here Krishna is saying dharma sthapana. What do you mean by sthapana? Establish. It is not a choice. It is not a choice. It will be established. Like government is not giving a choice. If you like, you can stop at red signal. Otherwise, you can go on. It is not a choice. It is a sthapana. Sthapana means what? Implementation. Krishna is not, that's why I said this here, this word dharma is not referring to bhakti. It is referring to a social dharma. Because that bhakti is always a choice. Loving Krishna is choice. It is not something that it is implemented like a system. Like for example, if you say, okay, if I don't follow this traffic signal, I can be sent to jail, I can be fined for that. If I don't chant Hare Krishna mantra, will I be sent to jail? No. Loving government is saying you follow our system. But no, I follow your system. I also love the government, my country's government. That is your choice. Whether you love us or not, you give our tax. You be a good citizen, pay your tax, follow traffic rules. Like this you follow. So that is like karma yoga. But what Krishna is going to speak later, that is bhakti yoga, that is falling in love with Krishna. So dharma sthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I come myself or I empower my representatives to establish this. Like the way Vivaswan, Manu, Ikshvaku, they had implemented that in their system where the influence of karma was least or zero or least. No sinful activities. Everybody are encouraged to behave and act in a manner that takes you towards moksha. So dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Now you can understand what kind of society we are living in. Isn't it? So the government is collecting tax by encouraging more and more alcohol, more and more gambling, more and more sinful activities, all this thing. And the cinema industry is making more and more vulgar movies, encouraging the lust and karma. So no one is bothered about it. So this is not as per the God's plan. It is adharma. Abhyutthanam adharmasya. At that time, Krishna sends his empowered representatives like acharyas, like Prabhupada. They will again go and travel and establish and create infrastructure for sadhu people to practice dharma. Like Prabhupada traveled all around the world, worked very hard, like Arjuna worked very hard, fought in Kurukshetra war to defeat people like Duryodhana, and establish Dharma Rajya. Like that, Prabhupada traveled all around the world, worked very hard, and established an organization called Hare Krishna Movement, where there is a facility and infrastructure, at least for righteous people. People like Arjuna, who wants to learn what is Dharma, who wants to follow what is Dharma. For such people, there is an opportunity to follow Dharma. And also there is an atmosphere. Oh, I want to chant, I want to read Bhagavad Gita, I want to follow regulative principle. Yes, the people around you also will be like that. It will be an inspiring atmosphere. So in Kali Yuga, even though the whole country or the whole world may not be following this, but in small pockets, it has been arranged if somebody is interested. So we should not miss this opportunity. You see how Krishna himself is saying that I create this so that you get an opportunity. And even after that opportunity exists, I am still thinking how to grow in my career and how can I make some money, how can I become famous, how can I do all that. It has no meaning. What is God's plan? Dharmasthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. And then again Krishna comes back to a little bit about himself and he says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. The one who understands this, why I come and what are my activities. Such a person, tyaktva deham punarjanmanaiti mameti so Arjuna. Arjuna, such a person, there is no punarjanma for him. Because he understands and he acts in that manner. Oh, God has come and he has done all those things for me. I should behave in that manner. What happens to such a person? He'll get liberation, goes back to Krishna. See, if today we understand, Krishna comes for this purpose, to create opportunity for me to act in a dharma way. I should not miss this. Those who follow that path given by Krishna, they will go back to Krishna. And Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mam Upashrita. For this, you should be free from attachment. Vita Raga. Raga means attachment. Attachment to all material things. Something I want to get from the material world. That is called raga, attachment. Oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want. Krishna says, for you to get liberation, you should be free from raga, vita raga, bhaya krodha, bhaya, always bhaya. Oh, I want that, I will lose that, I will lose that. Always this materialistic people have bhaya. Oh, I love my wife. What? Nothing should happen to my wife. Nothing should happen to my husband. Nothing should happen to my children. Nothing should happen to my parents. Parents are thinking nothing should happen to my children. Always the bhaya is there. Why the bhaya? Because I want to enjoy and that should not go away. So the fear of losing what we want to enjoy. Bhaya. Krodha. If somebody comes to disturb my plan of sense gratification, I'll get very angry. That is krodha, vita, raga, bhaya, krodha, manmaya, mam upashritya. Keeping aside all, you have to take shelter of God's plan. Manmaya, mam upashritya. What is God's plan? God's plan is that you follow dharma and go back to Him. That is God's plan. Manmaya, mam upashritya, bahavo, jnana tapasa, puta madbhavam agataha. In this way, many people have followed this and gone back to attain the purification. So Krishna spoke this. And then Krishna said, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathaiva bhajamyaham. As you surrender unto me, that much you will also get reciprocation. It's a very big topic, this shloka alone. This is the most misunderstood, misinterpreted shloka. Very notoriously wrong philosophies are being promoted by using this shloka. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. So people have given interpretation saying that you can do anything, you can follow any path and you will reach God finally. So that is the conclusion you hear, no? Anything you can do, any God you can worship, anything. Finally, all path leads to to the same goal. This is the basis for those people to speak all that. So here Krishna said, Mama Vartamanu Vartante. Everybody is on my path. Everybody is on my path. Mama Vartamanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha. Sarvashaha Manushya. All the people are Mama Varta. Varta means in Sanskrit the path, road. So everybody is on my road. The road given by me. Different ways, different levels they are following. But Krishna did not say they'll all reach. You will receive based on your surrender. Anyway, it's a different topic we'll discuss separately. Just to give one small, understanding how it is not what people say. Krishna, just a few shlokas before, he said, Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkrita. You do anything and everything, finally you attain Krishna, then there is nothing called vinashaya cha dushkrita. That means dushkritinas are also doing whatever they want. They are also supposed to attain Krishna only. If every path finally leads to Krishna, that means dushkritina's path also should lead to Krishna only. Why Krishna has to come to stop them? Because they're anyway doing to reach Krishna only. Anything and everything I can do, and finally it takes me to God. If this is the philosophy, then it is not what Krishna just now spoke. Only paritranaya sadhuna. What sadhus do, that brings them to me, not what dushkritinas do. Not everything takes you to God. That is not correct understanding. So after speaking all these things, then Krishna spoke that how to implement this. Krishna only has given one type of lifestyle, which is called Varnashrama dharma. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. To practice this of, yoga and how to learn how to come out of karma, this requires society to be organized in a particular manner. And the organized society, for sake of practicing yoga, for the sake of coming out of karma, lust influence, and attain moksha, God has made a plan called Varna Ashrama. By following that Varna Ashrama, which is not a present day caste system, it is a spiritual Varnashrama dharma, you can actually reach the spiritual goal. Krishna said, I have created this Varnashrama dharma. For this sake, whatever that Arjuna wanted to follow that. And then Krishna said again, Namam karmani limpanti. There is no karma that affects God, affects Krishna, because he has no desire to do anything for himself. And then Krishna comes to a main point, again Arjuna's question of karma yoga. The fourth chapter, the name of the fourth chapter according to Vyasadeva is that Jnana Karma Sanyasa Yoga. First chapter is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Second chapter is called Gita Sara Yoga. Third chapter is called Karma Yoga. The fourth chapter is called Jnana Karma Sanyasa Yoga. A Jnana, it's a knowledge for you to do your karma with the mentality of sannyasa. Jnana Karma Sanyasa Yoga. Karma only, but with the sannyasa mind. What do you mean by sannyasa? Means I am not doing it for sake of enjoying the result. That is sannyasa. Karma sannyasa. For that, Krishna is giving bigger knowledge, jnana. That is why Prabhupada gave the name for this chapter as transcendental knowledge. Jnana Karma Sanyasa Yoga. The fifth chapter is called Karma Sanyasa Yoga. So that is why, you see, what is a common theme? The common theme starting from second chapter is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is being discussed again and again and again. So that is what we are seeing here. So Krishna is saying, Kim karma, kimakarmeti, kavayopyatra mohitaha. What is karma? What is akarma? Even intelligent people are not able to understand. Tatte karma pravakshyami. Now I will speak about it. Yajnatva mokshase ashubha. You will learn what is correct thing. Right? Because see, the whole confusion is this for everybody. And Arjuna is just representing that. That what Krishna next he says, 18th verse of 4th chapter. Karmani akarmayaha pashyet. The first line of the shloka says, Krishna is telling Arjuna, Karmani akarma ya pashyet. You should, what is that? You should see inaction in action. You should see akarma in karma. What is that? One should see akarma in karma. Okay, let us understand here. Karma means what? What is the meaning of the word karma? Karma can mean two things. Karma can means activity. Karm karo means action, activity. Karma also means a reaction. Oh, it's my bad karma. I'm going through bad karma. So karma is used in these two contexts. Mera karm kar raha hu, mera karm hai, means what? My activity, my duty, that is karma. Also karma means reaction of my previous action. So akarma means no action. Akarma can also means no reaction. First we need to understand these 4 words. Karma can mean two things. Action, reaction. You understand? Akarma can means no action, also no reaction. So Krishna is saying, Karmanya akarmayaha pashyet. When you do karma, when you do your activities, you should be able to see it should be as akarma means what? No reaction. Even though you are doing some activity, but it has got no reaction. Especially reaction called entanglement. Reaction of entanglement. So, karmanya akarma yaha pashyed. Remember the word rishi. Rishi means what? The one who sees with knowledge. In Sanskrit, another word for seeing is pashyaha, pashyati. So now Krishna is telling Arjuna, you should learn to see. Even though you are doing karma, but that karma should not have any reaction. That should be as good as akarma. Karmanya akarmayaha pashyet. Akarmani cha karmayaha. Sometime now the word akarma is used as what? Not acting. You are not acting at that time, but still there can be reaction. For a karma there can be akarma, for akarma there can be karma. This secret you have to understand. This is what Krishna is teaching the knowledge. For karma there can be no reaction. And for non-action there can be reaction. Imagine there is some mob violence going on. Suddenly some fight is going, communal violence or something is going on, people are fighting, mob violence is going on. And the police has come and the police is telling all of you be calm, peaceful, don't fight, don't do all those things. So they're not listening. So then the police is doing lathi charge. They're taking the lathi and also they're doing firing and all those things the police is doing. So there now what are they doing? Action. Action of what? Action of beating people, action of shooting them and all that. So for that, from the government, there is no reaction. Are they punished for this? Are the police punished for acting like that? No. Now there is a violence going on. The mob is torching the fire and they're setting fire everywhere. They're breaking everything. They're vandalizing. And the police is standing and not doing anything. For that, tomorrow government can actually put a case on you. You are a police and when there was a violence going on, you did not act. For not acting, there can be reaction. For acting means for me to taking action, there may not be any reaction. So this is what we need to understand in Karma Yoga. This is the soul of Karma Yoga. Because Arjuna's the whole argument is because war is not good. It is violence. It is about killing. So it is not good to do. Basically Arjuna is on the side of what? On the side of not acting. Not fighting means I will not do this, I will not act. But Krishna is warning Arjuna, even though you don't act, you may say, I will not fight. What you are saying, no, by not acting, I will not get reaction. The reaction can still come to you. For not acting, especially for Arjuna. Why? Arjuna is a Kshatriya, like a police. Now, what is this war? It is dharma yuddha. Like I said, there is a violence, there is a fight going on, and the police is not taking any action. They're saying, no, I think beating people and, firing at them. And this is all not correct. I think we should not do all these things. I think I should resign from my job. That is not the time to resign from the job. You can be sent to jail for not doing your duty. Vishame samupasthitam. At the time of crisis, at the time of emergency. Imagine in the army, the enemies have attacked our country and the soldiers are now thinking, see this war and all. It's not good for us. Ahimsa. We should follow ahimso paramo dharma. We should be very peaceful. We should be very peace-loving, caring, and we should all be nice. So like this, then it is seen as what? It is seen as droha, desha droha. Isn't it? At the time of the most important time, when enemies have attacked, you didn't do your job. So you may say, see, I did not fight. So I did not do my karma. For that, there can be a reaction. So that is what Krishna said. Karmanya akarma yaha pashyet. You should see that you may do your karma, but for that there can be no reaction, akarma. But sometimes you may say, oh, I am doing akarma. Means what? I am not doing anything. But there can be reaction. There are some people wearing some sadhu dress and thinking, see, I am not doing any job, I am not doing anything. That means I am now liberated, I am free. But actually you can still be getting all reaction. Why? Because you are not acting in the right manner. Like people, they say, oh, we are distributing some food. So it is very good, distributing food. But if it is not prasadam, if you simply distribute, you may be thinking I'm doing some good work, but you'll be getting some reaction, karma reaction for that. So finally we have to learn this. The right way when you act, it has no reaction. But in the wrong way when you act, there can be reaction. So karmanya akarma yaha pashyet akarmani cha karma yaha sa buddhiman manushyeshu. Who understands this? Buddhiman. What do you mean by buddhiman? Intelligent person understands this. There can be two things. Karma, akarma. Karma means action. Akarma means no action. And for karma, there can be reaction, or for karma, there can be no reaction. For akarma also there can be reaction, for akarma also there can be no reaction. Only intelligent people understand this. Only intelligent people. Like you should know, if you are intelligent, in the war I kill, I will not be punished. But I come out of the war and the government gave you some Paramveer Chakra or something like that they gave you. Oh, you 100 people you killed in the war. You are a very great man like that. And you got encouraged. Oh, 100 people, government gave me so much of recognition and all the medals and all that. I'll kill another 500 people. So you take your gun and shoot some 500 people. For that, now you'll be sent to the jail. Now you're thinking, what is this same action called killing? So once I got rewarded, another time I was punished. So Krishna said, Buddhiman Manushyeshu. You should have buddhi to understand where it has no reaction, where it will have reaction. For serving Krishna, yagna purusha, Supreme Lord, one is giving up everything. One is renouncing responsibilities. One is giving up family. One is giving up all these things. There's no reaction. Sarva dharman parityajam mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhya mokshasha. No. I just left my parents because I want to enjoy my life. I want to go to somewhere else and enjoy my life. This is simply a botheration for me. No, I want to go to some London, America, grow in my career. So I left my parents here. That also looks the same. You left your parents. But that has got reaction. So we should know what has reaction, what does not have reaction. Not everything. So Krishna said. Then, in order to practice this, the main thing, as already it was discussed, the main thing, the culprit is kama. What is the differentiator? Kama. If my action, if my karma is with kama, then there is reaction. The same thing I do without kama. Again, what is the definition of kama? Kama means I am the enjoyer of outcome, the result. So with this mentality when I do, then the karma has reaction. But I am doing karma like Arjuna is fighting Kurukshetra war. For what? I'll become a big king. I'll get a bigger property. Astinapura plus Indraprastha. Then it will be kama. It will be fighting for kama. And that kind of a war will have reaction. But Arjuna is fighting for what? Dharma sthapana. That is the desire of God. It is not for Arjuna's individual desire. So for that kind of way when he works, there is no reaction. That's what Krishna is teaching. There will be no reaction. Don't be worried. And the karma is what we have to learn to recognize. Our day-to-day work also. That is why in Krishna consciousness we have the system. Authorized service. This is the secret coming from Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Authorized service means I am doing service only. But that service is not my personal desire. That is not my personal desire. If it is your personal desire, you may say whatever you say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that and all. You have to face reaction for it. Out of 100%, what percent is what your personal things are mixed in that much reactions will come. To what extent you are following the order of your spiritual authorities, you are fully free from any reaction for that. Whatever it may be. It may look immoral, unethical, like killing. In generally, it is immoral activity. But same killing is done for the pleasure of the country, for the pleasure of the safety of the country and the government, then it will be glorified. So the same thing, the concept is authorized service. We are trained. We are trained in our Krishna consciousness not to act as per the dictation of kama. Kama means personal enjoyment driven action. I like to do this. The moment I do that, it is not even karma yoga. It is not even karma. It becomes karma kanda. So authorized service means it is not you, but your spiritual authorities, they prescribe that for you. Please do this. And you do that. You are not, you may be the enjoyer, you may not be the enjoyer of the result. You did not decide it. You don't have any decision over the result, outcome and all those things. So that process is what very important is. That is free from kama. That's what Krishna said. Yasya sarve samarambaha kama sankalpa varjitaha. Just previous shloka, karmanya karmaya pashya. You want a reaction, no reaction for your karma, then this is the way. Kama sankalpa varjita. Varjitaha. It should be free from the influence of kama. Yasya sarve samarambha. Samarambha in Sanskrit means our endeavors, our efforts, our preparations. Our endeavors, our actions, our preparations should be free from karma. Karma is about self-focused. What is for me? What is for me? What will I get out of this? This is karma. That is why authorized service is not focused on what is for you. It is focused on what is for God, what is for Guru, what is for Guru, what is for Krishna. That is a yagna. The authorized service is yagna. I am doing something. That is not yagna. Jnana dagdha karmani. Let us understand this. Jnana agni dagdha karmani. What does jnana means? What is jnana? Knowledge. Agni means what? So Krishna is comparing the knowledge to fire. What is the job of a fire? Dagdha. Dagdha means burn. What does it burn? Jnanagni dagdha karmani. Here the word karma is used in reference to reaction. When you have this knowledge, what knowledge? I should not work out of karma. Such actions with such knowledge frees you from reaction. Karmani. Jnanagni dagdha karmani tammahuhu pandita buddhaha. The most intelligent people have accepted it. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nitya trupto nirashrayah karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karotiyaha. Like this Krishna goes on speaking. Same topic, how we are to act without the influence of karma. One more important verse. Yadricha labha santushtaha. What comes on its own, that one has to learn to accept. And dvandvatito vimatsyaraha samasiddho asiddho cha kritvapi nanibadhyate. In this way you will not be entangled. So Krishna goes on speaking, and finally he says, this is yagna. The acting in this manner is called yagna. The different types of yagna Krishna speaks. Now, so from where will you learn this? How will you learn this? Where will you learn this? So, Vivaswan, sun god, learned this directly from Krishna. And then he taught that to Vivaswan Manu. Manu did not learn this from Krishna. He learned it from somebody who learned from Krishna. This is called parampara. So now Krishna said, now Arjuna, this knowledge and this training is always received. And the shloka number 4.34. What is that? Tad vidhi. Vidhi. You want to learn this? Tad vidhi pranipatena. You have to go and surrender. Pranipata means surrender. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. How does it happen? Sevaya. You have to render service and then you receive this knowledge and get trained. Without seva, simply I come, sit in the class and I go back. Those who don't do sevaya, for them this knowledge and the training will be incomplete. In Vedic culture, the knowledge is always associated with seva. Otherwise, that knowledge is called viparita jnana. So you can get that knowledge, but that knowledge will become viparita jnana. What does viparita jnana means? Distorted knowledge. A knowledge without doing seva to the person who's giving you training and teaching you all becomes distorted knowledge, becomes arrogance, become ahankara. You will have your own interpretation. So this becomes viparita jnana. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. When you do seva, you get the adhikar to do prashna. A guru is not obliged to give answer to people who are not doing seva. Because when you do seva, you get ready to receive the answer. Simply some people come, I have a doubt. Yeah, we can give answer, but the problem is you do not have a right consciousness to digest our answer. So that's why they will misunderstand. So you can see on YouTube, what is happening on YouTube? No seva, simply some jnana. Some jnana is coming, and the problem is you can't digest that jnana because you have done zero seva, and on the comment section you can see that viparita jnana. No, it's not like this, it's like this, that, this will go on. So this is very wrong. Sevaya, when you do seva, you have the adhikara to ask prashna. You can question your guru only when you do your seva. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshamti te jnanam. Then the guru will give you jnana. Upadeksha means instructions. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. And that has to be not some ordinary guru. He has to be tattvadarshi. Darshi means he's seeing it. He's not confused. Or no, maybe in future I will see. No, he is currently, right now, is seeing the truth as it is. Some guru, oh, I'm a guru, come, I'll give you diksha. But after that, the guru also fell down. The guru also got into some scandal and all. That means he is not a tattvadarshi. The Bhagavad Gita says the guru, the one who gives upadeksha, has to be tattvadarshi. The one who has realized the truth, is in touch with the truth. Once you are in touch with the truth, Krishna says, once you attain that, there is nothing called fall down after that. It is like if I teach you bicycle, after that, if I ask you fall down from the bicycle, is it possible? Those who know swimming, can they jump into water and commit suicide? Is it possible for them? What will happen? What they do, they tie on this huge rock. Even though they swim, they'll not be able to come out. So it's like once you attain it, you cannot get out of it. So Tattvadarshi means the one who has realized the truth. He's always in touch with God. There's no question of forgetting God after that. It's not that here is a guru. Right now he's a guru. But after some time he can fall down. There's no such concept. He's a Tattvadarshi. Such a person is the one who can give you this knowledge and liberate you. So Krishna spoke about the importance of we going and receiving that knowledge through a proper training, through proper seva. That has to happen. It cannot be a hobby knowledge. Okay, side by side I'm trying to know all those things. And again Krishna speaks, once we receive this kind of a training, nahi jnanena sadrusham. There is nothing in this world. Pavitram iha vidyate. This is the most purest knowledge. How to come out of kama and how to act without kama. This is the purest knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? How to come out of influence of kama and how to do our seva without kama. This is nahi jnanena sadrusham. Sadrusham means equal. Nahi, there is nothing equal to this knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitram iha vidyate. Pavitram, this is the purest knowledge. Whoever gives this knowledge, they're giving you the purest. How to come out of lust, how to come out of this material world, that is the purest knowledge. So once I saw on school, there was on school, and the name was there, some XYZ name. And below that, the tagline was, Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitramiha vidyate. We are giving a knowledge, purest knowledge. What purest knowledge you are giving? That knowledge you are giving is jada vidya mayera vaibhava. It is a jada vidya. Vidya that you are giving is a jada vidya mayera vaibhava. It is maya vidya what you are giving. And you have written, Nahi jnanena, there is nothing equal to this knowledge, and this is the purest knowledge. See, people take this kind of tagline and put wherever they want. Krishna is telling the knowledge that is teaching you how to come out of the kama, lust influence, and how to act in a yoga, and how to go back to God is called the real knowledge. And the guru gives that knowledge, and there is nothing equal to that knowledge. So that is why we are forever indebted to guru, because he gives that knowledge and training and all that. So in this way, we will not be inflected with any influence of papa. Api chet asi papebhya sarvebhya papa krittamaha sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. Krishna says, you will not be touched by any sinful reaction. Because you know now, you are a buddhiman. You may be doing karma, but it will be like akarma. It has no reaction. So, nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram miha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddhaha kalenatmani vindati. This is the most powerful one. So, yoga sanyastya karmanam. See, this is the name from where this chapter got the name. Yoga sanyastya karmanam. Is a jnana karma sanyasa yoga. So now Krishna is telling Arjuna, give up this ignorance. Now act in this manner. Yoga sanyastya karmana. You have to act as per yoga. And what should be that? Karma sanyasa yoga. This is the 41st shloka. And there are total 42 shlokas in 4th chapter. Krishna is ending telling Arjuna, you should act in yoga sanyastya karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam. All your samshaya should be chinna. Chinna means break, cut into pieces. So with what? With jnana. Just now I gave you jnana, right? With that jnana, destroy all your doubts and act in this yoga sanyastya karmanam. Atmavantam na karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. You will not be entangled in this way. And conclusion of 4th chapter is tasmad ajnana sambhutam hritastam jnanasinatmanaha chitvainam samshayam yogam. So ati ushtito bharata. Wake up. Stand up and fight now. You got this knowledge, right? So Krishna told Arjuna, now you please do your duty. But now Arjuna's next question will be based on what is that? Yoga sanyastya karmana. He wants more elaboration on this. It will go on till 6th chapter. The elaboration on the concept of karma yoga. Karma yoga means acting but not getting reaction. But this is not equal to loving God. You should know this. I can act. I may not get reaction. But that doesn't mean that it is bhakti. It doesn't mean it is loving God. Just like I can live in this country without loving government. Just that I have to do my prescribed jobs. That kind I can live. But that doesn't mean it is loving God. So loving God, bhakti, comes from the 7th chapter. This is so far 4 chapters are over. So once Krishna sufficiently speaks about karma yoga, then Arjuna asks that question. Then Krishna elaborately discuss about the next level. From karma yoga, it takes you to bhakti yoga, the highest level of loving God. So we'll stop here. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki